So welcome back here to Naples. Drew Felios, Melissa McCurley, Chad Edwards with you. Tyson, McGuffin serving, McGuffin and Newman in the near court, and Adam Stone, Dekel Bar on the right up in the far court.
Yeah, and this should be a really exciting match, Drew and Chad. We've got the number 2 and 3 seeds here in another men's doubles pro semifinal match.
Yeah, and we saw Barr and Stone get pushed to 3 earlier against Wright and Yates. We'll probably look for Dekel to use that big frame of his in the middle of the court right here. Already seen that offensive lob a couple of times today in other matches.
Point. And so we talked a little bit there how Barr and Stone got here. McGuffin and Newman, first match 11-7, 11-1 against Andrews and Frazier. And then they went on to play Lung and Smith, winning that 11-5, 11-7, and now here we are.
We saw Newman take a quick jab step to the middle of the court right there to actually bait Stone into speeding the ball up down the line. A lot of the time with these pros, if you see an opening, they want you to see an opening. And Riley's certainly not afraid to play a good portion of the court. We see him do that in mixed doubles with his sister Lindsay as well. And so here we go. He's got fantastic defense. He goes on the aggressive, just anticipates that one wrong, went behind it. Yeah, Dekel held that misdirect really, really well. Made it look like he was going back cross court and came back behind Riley.
Oh, and that was excellent. Dekel Bar had committed to that around the post shot very early.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice Ernie right there. We see Dekel Bar do that a lot. We've seen him do it a lot this year in tournaments, and with that big frame and those long legs, he can jump the kitchen pretty easily.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and Chad, thanks for that clarification. I called it around the post. It was actually an Ernie. So many people wonder the difference in those two things.
Yeah. So with the Ernie, well, actually, we'll watch this defense right here. Stone and Barr were running all over the court. Newman and McGuffin really moving them around early. But the difference between the Ernie and the around the post, Ernie is when you jump the kitchen or go around the kitchen to the sideline, taking that ball as close to the net as you can. The around the post is actually letting that ball get outside the post and bring it back into the court. Doesn't have to go back over the net.
4-1-2. An early 4-1 lead here for McGuffin and Newman. Winner of this match will join the Johns brothers in the final.
Oh, and that lob went just long. And Drew, that final being tomorrow night, live on CBS Sports Network, the first time in pickleball history. Pickleball's going live on television.
It is going to be a magical night here at Zing Zang Championship Court. If you are not with us, CBS Sports live tomorrow, as you said, Melissa. Cannot wait.
Can't wait. This is going to be out of control with all the energy that'll be underneath the big top here on Stadium Championship, Zing Zang Championship Court.
A lot of people ask the question, why do the pros stay so long in dink rallies? It's out of respect, really. Everybody respects each other's hands, the ability to speed it up. Oh, that was an excellent move by Dekel.
Side out.
So with that one, Bar's always going to look for that ball that's just floating a little bit close to the corner of that kitchen. And you see it just sits up, and he jumps that kitchen for another Ernie again. Even with the defense of getting that ball back, Stone was there to finish.
Second serve. 1-5-2.
Adam Stone.
Side up.
And into the net now, side out for McGuffin and Newman. Dekel, one of the emerging players on the men's circuit. Just his ceiling is infinite.
It really is. You know, and he's good friends of Ben Johns, and so they know they get a lot of practice together. Spend a lot of time in the same area. Oh my.
That was the example of the around the post from Newman. But
here it comes again, and there's that
Stone. Yeah, Stone was there to defend it, and then Bar was too big up at the kitchen line there, putting that overhead away.
You can feel his presence from here in the booth, Chad. It's pretty impressive.
I'm tall, but he makes me feel very small.
6-1-2.
Tyson McGuffin went head-to-head with Ben Johns on Singles Sunday. Now here he is competing for a doubles championship.
Oh, and geez, he jumped to the rafters on that one, didn't he?
It's going to be awfully difficult to beat this guy right here with a lob.
Yeah, but it was looking good. It just, he went way up for it.
1-6-1.
Chad, his anticipation and his athleticism, I mean, that was jumping in the air, you know, flipping a backhand.
Yeah, and anytime that you're looking for the Ernie, you're looking for your opponent's head to drop, where they don't see your positioning on the court. And Bar has done a couple of excellent examples so far.
Oh, just grazed in.
Yeah, so Dekel getting a little excited there, I guess, was getting impatient with that dink rally that they were in.
And that's typically in that cross-court dink battle.
3-6-1.
The partner that isn't in it, they're looking for that opportunity to reach in and speed a ball up.
Oh, right down the middle.
Yeah, and I don't know if Dekel and Adam Stone have played a whole lot together, but the chemistry and the understanding of the role that they seem to have on the court is standing out as well.
Yeah, they've started playing more together this year.
Second serve.
Do you feel like, Chad, perhaps Newman and McGuffin will try and go after Adam Stone a little bit here?
4-6-2.
Yeah, and early on we saw that, and they got out to that fast 6-point lead. The problem with isolating, and we see this in mixed doubles as well, is when you're isolating one player, you let that more aggressive player kind of do what they want to do. Bar's pressing the...
Oh. Tried to climb the ladder on that
Side
one.
out.
Yeah, Bar's going to continue to press that middle as long as they're going at Stone. And Tyson McGuffin did an excellent job right there of keeping Bar honest. Whether it's that lob or making a ball bounce behind. If you've got that aggressive player in the middle, you need to go behind them and keep them back away from the middle. Keep them honest on their side of the court.
Nicely done from Newman.
Nicely done, and well-tracked lob by Tyson McGuffin, then just to place it right back over in the kitchen, put him back in an offensive spot.
Yeah, that was a textbook lob retrieval right there, and the good thing that Newman did is he recognized McGuffin's drop back into the kitchen and was there up at the kitchen ready to close. Another excellent close right there by Newman as well.
So entertaining to watch Riley play with his sister, Lindsay, in mixed doubles, Melissa.
Very exciting. It's pretty much, you know, Lindsay knows that she's just going to get it in the corner of the court somewhere and let Riley do his thing.
Second serve.
And these two, Riley Newman and Tyson McGuffin, have been partnering together for quite some time, have had lots of success. They're really fun to watch. Ah, that time Riley was ready.
Yeah, Riley, Newman read that Ernie attempt much better than the previous ones. And we may see that he floats a couple of balls that way, trying to get Barr to attempt that Ernie.
No.
The problem with that Ernie is if you're not successful, you leave your half of the court open.
You have 9. No. Yes. You can ask that, but that's not the correct side. You have 9. Right.
Mr. Bob Unitich, our referee on today's match. Oh, wow. And Stone and Bart were doing a great job keeping Tyson back. And once he was able to make his way to the net.
1.
Yeah, that was a good example of we don't have to always rush the kitchen on that third shot drop.
Oh, wow. And we talked about earlier in this week in the Franklin X40 ball, seeing them a little slower out here. But, guys, today, this ball seems like it's moving very fast.
Absolutely. The ball has been one of the big talks of this tournament. I think it's been really a hit here. Everybody is adjusted.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It takes a little bit of time to adjust to the ball once you've been playing with one and switching to another. So yeah, we'll see toward the end of the week where they're definitely getting used to the play now.
Yeah, you could definitely feel on day one, everybody was kind of still trying to feel it out, and now you're seeing the best play come from every single one of these players. Oh, Dekel bar again.
So that's where I was talking about. If you see a hole, they want you to see a hole. Barr was pushing closer and closer to the middle. He's looking for that ball sped up down the line.
First time out.
You have to make that ball bounce. Otherwise, that's
7-9-1.
Tyson just fed him the ball, exactly the ball that he wanted.
And we have a timeout.
9-7, McGuffin and Newman leading here in game number 1. Drew Felios with Melissa McCurley, Chad Edwards with us as well. Dekel Bar, Adam Stone getting hydrated here. Zing Zang Championship Court. All right, so everybody's got a different style, but it looks like with Newman, you'll see a lot of this playing. So why explain? A lot of players like to go one way. He's usually, especially when he's defending, has two hands on it.
So you see Newman's two-handed backhand majority of the time. He's got control with that. He can create different angles. He's also a very, very good defensive player. When those balls are hit hard, you've got that second paddle, that second hand on the paddle. You can absorb and drop that ball back down. Okay, so he'll bring it across occasionally on the forehand, but very rarely. You'll still go with that power with the one-hander on the forehand. But both himself and Lindsay used that unconventional two-handed dink, which we don't normally see. Normally we'll see a two-handed attacking backhand and a one-handed dink. But yeah, they're very, very good at what they do.
Time in.
Our unofficial term for that is a
7,
shovel.
9,
It's a shovel. They're holding
1.
a shovel.
So we saw McGuffin twice there make that ball bounce behind bar to keep him honest, draw him back away from the middle of the court.
And then the opportunity.
Oh.
Right down the pipe.
Second serve.
We'll see it again. After you're talking about Chad. Tyson keeping him honest, going behind him, putting him on the move, and ultimately get a pop-up.
Yeah.
Starting to trim the gap here. 9-8 now. Bar and Stone
8, 9,
on the
2.
heels of McGuffin and Newman. Second serve. Longest point of the match. Bar went for the Ernie.
What a point. We saw a little bit of it all there. It was such a great use, and so many people wondering if the pros are using the lob. They're absolutely using the lob, and they're using it to their advantage from an offensive position to get themselves back into an offensive position.
Yeah. 9-9-2.
Tremendous defense by Newman.
And that's going to fire him up. He's known for his defense, no doubt.
That's the shovel that we were talking about earlier. Is with that two-hander, you can bring balls back from your feet with control. With the one hand, you have a tendency when it gets too close to the body, you flick out and it pops that ball up.
Tied at 9 now. How evenly matched are these two teams?
They're certainly showing us that here today. They're very patient. I haven't seen this much patience in a match in a long time.
Dekel Bar again picks the right time for the Ernie. And now second serve for McGuffin. You're right, Melissa. I expected a little bit more of a shootout here. Playing much slower than we thought.
I think that's coming down to the respect that these players have of the hands and the ability to, one, speed a ball up, but two, counterattack it. A lot of people will see these dinking rallies and be like, wow, these are boring. But it is actually very difficult.
Right ball, right two.
And there's a foot fault on Dekel Bar.
Yeah, it looked like he pushed off the kitchen line when he went up for that ball. He didn't get that second foot down.
10-9.
We'll see it right here. Oh, his toe just slid into the line.
Well covered by referee Bob Unitich. He did not miss that one. I doubt he misses any. One of the best in the business.
Now a side out here for Dekel Bar and Adam Stone. Remember, win by 2.
And that is not coming back.
Dekel Bar from Israel. He has picked up this game so quickly, and when he does this, Chad, there's absolutely no shot.
No, he's got so much power behind that large frame of his.
Point. Timeout by the receive team. Final timeout. Scores 11-10-1.
Timeout here from McGuffin and Newman. Trying to not let game 1 slip away. 11-10. We'll come back to Naples in a moment. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Dick's. Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's Sporting Goods. By Zing Zang. Zing Zang, America's favorite Bloody Mary mix. By Franklin and Franklin X40, the official ball of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Skechers. Skechers Arch Fit Footwear, featuring podiatrist certified arch support. And by Highlands. Highlands leg cramps. Stop your cramp, not your game. Welcome back here to Naples. Drew Felios, Melissa McCurley, Chad Edwards. This Franklin ball has been the hit this week here in Naples.
Yeah, and my understanding is they have sold 12,000 of these Franklin balls this week so far here at the Minto U.S. Open.
I bought 1,000 for the Academy, so I added to that 12,000.
So maybe the number's really 13,000. Wow, that's fantastic. So, and we're seeing people, they're playing, have the ball here, comfortable playing with the ball, and we're seeing some really high-level play on this court today.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the really good things of the X40 is the visibility. That neon green makes it easier to see that ball in all conditions.
And here we are at game point.
Second game point we've had here. McGuffin and Stone have probably set a record for dinking here in this first game.
Almost like I'm watching a mixed doubles match with all this dinking and then, you know, the aggressive guy jumping in and making the attack.
Yeah, and Newman red bars speed up there. And that's kind of what Newman and Barr are doing right now. They're pressing the middle. They're choosing which ball they can speed up or which ball they're looking to counter-attack.
Another point for Dekel Bar. Second serve coming up. You know, some players, guys, elect to arrive late here in Naples. Newman is one of those. Was not here on Sunday for singles. Several players just wanted to save it for this doubles competition.
And he certainly looks fresh and ready to play.
He does.
And another thing in this format, Drew, this will be the last match that they play for today, so they don't really have to worry about conserving any energy to be worried about dropping into a back draw and having to fight their way back.
Where is there an opening?
It wasn't there, and that's the game.
McGuffin went for it just a little bit long. 12-10. Game 1 to Barr and Stone. take one more look at the point, and it was all about patience here in this first game, Chad.
Yeah, and one thing that you'll notice with a lot of these dink rallies is the depth of the dink. It's close to the kitchen line. It's making it difficult to get extended on any ball. And so that's what we're seeing a lot more of now, is the depth of it, moving the ball around, and it's okay to back away from the kitchen line. Still staying in it. And then I think eventually McGuffin tries to choose that right ball. Yeah, that was a ball that he felt like he could get extended on. And it was a good ball to speed up. He just missed it deep.
Size up game one. Barr and Stone come from behind. And what numbers, Chad, stand out to you?
All week it's been the unforced errors, and I was talking to our stats person back here behind me, Alex Hamner, and she pointed out to me that when McGuffin and Newman were up 4-1 early in that match, they hadn't had any unforced errors then. And then the unforced errors started creeping into the game. And I think that's what allowed Barr and Stone to get back in. And then for Barr and Stone, once you get back into that, you start getting some confidence. You start going for more balls, pressing, pushing the envelope a little bit more. That gives you the fire to keep going.
And it certainly seemed to be the difference, certainly for sure, in this match with the unforced errors. There was a lot of patience shown here. Teams playing at a very high level. Doesn't get much better than 12-10. Game two.
Once again, a good start for Dekel Barr and Adam Stone.
Yeah, and it looks like they may have changed something up here, Chad, to where they're not going to allow Tyson to get in that cross-court dink with Adam.
It was a ball that took Adam cross-court, and Barr was over there to cover. So then it still stayed in that cross-court dink and just switched.
0-1-1.
So I think we'll still see that cross-court battle, but we may see Newman try to potentially move a little bit more, get them to pull the trigger at him.
0-1-2.
Good hands on both sides. Dekel Barr comes up just a little bit short that time. Adam Stone, not just a great pickleball player, but also a professional poker player. And I think that helps him actually in this sport. Rarely gets too emotional when he is on the court.
Yeah, you'll see him talking to himself occasionally, but he stays pretty level for the most part. Doesn't show a whole lot of emotion.
Wide open court. Dekel Barr takes care of it. And one more thing on Adam Stone. Really focusing on his health, Melissa, his diet, his you know, just eating healthy day after day. He's got a special segment on YouTube with Corinne Carr, his girlfriend, focusing on how to eat before tournaments. Really, really interesting stuff.
It is, and it's called In the Kitchen with Corinne Carr and Adam Stone. Check it out.
Yeah, D, come on.
Right now they are smoking.
See, they're really feeling it A little extra pep and some step here.
When you get in those fast exchanges, there's so much that's going on in so little time. The players are reading paddle positioning. They're reading the ball coming off the paddle. And the reaction time, we're only 14 feet apart.
2-2-2. Side out.
Game number 2 here. Second match of the day of our coverage.
2-1.
The Johns brothers have punched their ticket to the championship. Who is going to join them?
Second serve. Two.
Chad, in your estimation, if Barr and Stone are to pull this out, is it a huge upset, or is it not surprising?
I think they're so evenly matched from previous tournaments that we've seen. I don't think it's going to be like, oh my goodness, that really just happened.
4-2-2.
McGuffin and Newman started off really hot in 2020 with that shortened season that we had. But as you can see right now, I mean, after the first game at 12-10, they're very evenly matched. I think Newman's got to try to push himself into these points a little bit more, rather than just allowing Tyson to stay in that cross-court battle.
Side out.
That was a good read by Stone to recognize that Newman was pressing the middle. Just put that ball behind him, enough out of reach.
Second serve.
And there we see again Newman stepping in. Tyson was going to hit that backhand dink, and Newman stepped in, sped it right up into the body of Barr.
Side out.
Side out to the boys from Washington. Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman.
5-2-1.
Keeping it in state, teaming up here at the Open.
And I was just taking a look at the last time we had the U.S. Open in 2019. Dekel played with Colin Johns and Adam Stone playing with Jeff Warnick. Neither making it to the final, so this would be their first final if they make it.
6-2, game number 2. Come back to the Open in just a moment. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Gamma. Gamma Pickleball, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Dekel Turf, the official pickleball court surface of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By I Love Pickles, ilovepickles.org, a place to celebrate all things pickled. And by Franklin, the official bag of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Zing Zang Championship Court, one of the 60 courts throughout the complex here at East Naples Community Park. 4,500 plus matches this year at the 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. And Melissa, your head was spinning yesterday. You were commentating, you were organizing the tournament as well. Over 900 matches played.
951 of them. And 60 courts. So the first time there's ever been a pickleball tournament played on 60 courts in history. So all kinds of records being set here this week.
7-2-1.
Barr and Stone have to stop the roll here, but I think we'll definitely still see Newman being more aggressive.
And come to a tournament of this magnitude, all the vendors, all the fans, all the food, so many ways you can get distracted, Chad, as a player? How do you lock in?
One thing that's really nice here at the U.S. Open is you do have areas to get away from the fans at times. Some of the other tournaments, and that's one thing with pickleball, is the pros are so accessible. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Everybody gets to rub shoulders with the pro players, but there are times where the pro players just want to get away and relax, take a breath.
So as I take a look at Tyson, McGuffin, and Riley Newman, this would also be their first U.S. Open opportunity to go to a championship.
Oh, how about that?
And that's just an outstanding athletic move.
Big backhand overhead flick.
Going down as hard as a lot of our overheads.
That's just wrist and forearm strength right there.
Oh, first time, a little miscommunication from Barr and Stone.
Second serve. 3-7-2. Side out.
Such great patience from Newman and McGuffin. And 7-3, side out here in game 2. Trying to force a game 3 here on Pickleball Channel.
Point.
Newman sensed or saw that Stone was back away from the kitchen line there just enough that
8-3-1.
even if he did try to reset that ball, it wasn't going to be enough to get it back over the net.
Second serve.
It's kind of a do or die play from Newman right there. He read it well.
8,
but when
3,
you close that
2.
hard, if it gets inside the body at all, it's very difficult.
Side out.
A little mountain to climb here for Dekel, Barr, and Adam Stone. Came back in game 1. Can they do it again? You watch.
Second serve.
Right. You watch Riley Newman play sometimes. It's almost like, Chad, he's like Plastic Man. Those arms just can extend anywhere.
He's got long limbs, and he does an excellent job of getting the ball on the paddle. Or getting the paddle on the ball, I should say.
And that one just came off of the end of Tyson's paddle. We saw a lot of emotion from Adam Stone for him just a few minutes ago. Just tells you just how important this match is to these players.
Wasn't watching.
Yeah, he had a couple where he's a very, very good defensive player. He can drop that ball back into the kitchen, and I saw that frustration where he hit the net cord a couple of times.
5-8-2.
Oh, yeah.
Here they come once again.
Here they come. That'll certainly swing some momentum, which it did, which is why we're going to see this time out here.
Score 6-8-2.
Came back 1-12-10 in game 1, and McGuffin and Newman can feel the pressure. Timeout here on Zing Zang Championship Court. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Minto. Latitude, Margaritaville, and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. by Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at MargaritavilleResorts.com. And Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. Adam Stone, Dekel bar. Again, trying to steal another game from Tyson McGuffin and Riley Newman. They have pulled to within two here.
6-8-2.
And Adam Stone will serve.
So our stats person, Alex Hamner, just gave me the update for this second game so far, and we've already seen 12 unforced errors from Barr and Stone. Ooh, excellent. Oh.
And there's another.
So that added to 13 compared to 3 that they had in game 1. Net aided the around the post there for Stone, but Newman was there to defend.
Step 9-6-1.
Oh.
Went right at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ball sat up above the net just enough. We've seen McGuffin stay in that cross-court dink, even taking some balls out of the air and staying down with it. But that one, he was able to pull the trigger right into Stone's body.
Point, second game.
Well, there it is, 11-6.
Have up to 2 minutes.
Game number 2. Tyson McGuffin, Riley Newman. Extend, we are going to a game 3.
We'd like to take a moment to thank all of our volunteers.
Take one more look at the point.
Here. Let's put our hands together.
Yeah, I think we've definitely seen some frustration start creeping into Stone's game right there. And on that floating ball, just trying to hit it too hard, catching the net cord, giving up game point.
When we come back, game number 3. You're watching the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Numbers from game 2. Barr and Stone, McGuffin and Newman. Chad, size them up for us.
Yeah, it's a big swing in unforced errors. Again, the unforced errors are what make the difference in the match with a 15-7 unforced error. Winners were close with 6 and 5. So the key for this game 3, McGuffin and Newman need to keep that pressure on. Barr and Stone need to minimize the mistakes.
And there's one here to start.
Looks like Barr and Stone had a wardrobe change going into game 3.
They might be 2 of the sweatiest people I know. And actually, Stone has suffered from cramps in previous tournaments, previous years here.
He considers himself to be the old man on the court as well right now.
0-0-2.
Yeah, I remember him in Tampa. He was battling through Simone Jargim's Florida Grand Slam. Oh, there's a beauty.
Side up.
That two-handed backhand allows for that misdirect there as well. The left hand taking over, pushing that ball down the line.
Second serve.
Adam Stone emphatically.
Yeah, well, you know, I say he considers himself the old man on the court, but he certainly doesn't play like that. Just
Side up.
It was entertaining watching the McGuffin-Johns match on Sunday. Tyson McGuffin had Ben Johns on the ropes But then the #1 player in the world just took it to another level.
Which he always does. It's amazing to me. It really shows the heart of a champion that he has. He's maybe down sometimes, but he is never out. Oh, I mean, what reach. I mean, geez.
I think he's got an 8-foot wingspan.
So you leaned right over. It looked like you took it right off the top of the net.
1-0.
Not just that, he moves so well, doesn't he?
And that's what I was going to say. Even though Barr is taller, his athletic positioning, his footwork, the reach that he has, being able to reach into the kitchen.
Second serve.
And all 4 of these players, Chad, seem
1-0-2.
to have some just outstanding footwork on the court.
Yeah, they're moving well with the ball, and that's one thing for the people that are at home watching. The tracking of the ball, not just with the feet, but also the hips, the paddle. Trying not to stay stationary. You stay stationary, you start leaning, overstretching, getting back on the heels.
No.
Side out.
Side out now. McGuffin and Newman trying to get on the board here in game 3.
0-1-1.
It is so tough to go at Riley in those hand battles, isn't it?
It really is, because he can move along that kitchen line so quickly. It doesn't matter if it's to his left, at him, or to the right. He just seems to find a way.
Yeah, and the shortness and compactness of his swing is what allows him to be so quick to that ball and stay in those fast hand battles and come out on top a lot of the time.
Two, 1-1.
Adam Stone set that up nicely for himself.
See Stone be a little more aggressive here, game 3, than he was in prior games.
Yeah, I think we'll still have some of those cross-court battles, but potentially not as long.
Side out.
We may see Barr and Stone starting to go behind Newman here.
1-2-1.
Newman's being aggressive like he was in game 2.
And there's one of those unforced errors. And you know, a lot of times people wonder, how can I get back into the game when people can hit it at me so hard? And I think Tyson does an outstanding job of showing what it takes to absorb the pace of the ball to be able to get into the slower game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tyson can hit the ball as hard as anybody. But along with that footwork, he's always keeping the ball out in front of him.
Just graces over, sets up the ATP, and Adam Stone knows what to do with it.
That was another net assist here. And unfortunately, a lot of the times when that ball hits the net on a cross court, it'll continue pushing it out past the net and give that opportunity for the around the post.
Side out.
So knotted at 2 here, side out. McGuffin and Newman. Zing Zang. Championship court, day 6. Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Great to have you with us on Pickleball Channel. Drew Felios, Melissa McCurley, Chad Edwards. Chad, you are still coaching them up, players to become great players and one day perhaps play on this court.
Yeah, we have about 400 people a week come through our academy with lessons, clinics, leagues. A lot of our clients are playing here at the U.S. Open. Simone did a junior clinic on Wednesday of this week. We had 30 of the junior players out there. Again, a lot of them are playing in the tournament. So it's definitely fun and exciting to be a part of. We're constantly changing our teaching techniques. We're looking for the next new thing. All we do is talk about pickleball. Our kids hate it.
Well, the game is always evolving. You're going to have players that take it to that next level or bring a different style to the game,
3, 2,
and it
1.
makes you have to kind of adjust the way you approach it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're not teaching the same things now that we were 2 years ago.
Wow.
Second serve.
Newman talking to himself a little bit there as far as
3.
speeding right up into bar. He was sitting there waiting on it.
And Adamson's really had some success going behind Riley, whether it's, you know, just a dink behind him or trying to drive a ball down the line. They're hard to do.
2, 3, 1.
Riley often defends that very well.
Ernie attempt right off the back of Tyson McGuffin.
And Dekel, he's just sneaky. Really, really sneaky.
3, 3, 1.
The length that he's able to jump helps him do that. He's jumping 6 feet across the kitchen line.
And it's, you know, a fun, festive environment here this
3,
week
3,
as
2.
well, guys. And you can smell the food from all the food vendors around the truck. New fan zone, so not as many fans can come in here, but there's a fan zone just outside Championship Court where many people are watching today.
Margarita's flowing as well.
Yeah, Margaritaville. Lots of watch parties expected to happen tomorrow night. One at Margaritaville,
3, 3,
up in
1.
Hilton Head,
Yeah.
and many all over across the country.
Tied at 3 here in game 3. Nip and tuck here. So close throughout. And there's Dekel again, sneaking in there.
Second serve.
Hasn't done a lot of poaching,
3, 3,
Chad,
2.
but has kind of flirted with it.
Yeah, he's been there. He's getting back into creeping on that middle. May see McGuffin go behind him a couple of times here.
Tyson McGuffin, the former wrestler, with a nice little grunt there as he wins his team the point.
4, 3, 2.
Would not want to tangle with this guy on the mat. He's got those quick reflexes, Melissa, and that energy just never stops.
He does in strength too. He's strong.
Side out.
Side out now to Bar and Stone. Got so much emotion. To me, he's kind of like the Andre Agassi of pickleball. Agassi back in the
3,
day
4, 1.
made such a loud statement in tennis.
Yes, and certainly I know Agassi was Agassi was very popular with the ladies. Tyson McGuffin is as well. But now he's Megan McGuffin, his wife. They have a baby and another one on the way, and 2 other sons. So now, ladies' man to family man.
And to the net.
Second serve.
He wants nothing more than to get into that championship and face the Johns brothers. One more shot
3, 4.
at Ben Johns.
Yeah, and the focus, there's some intense focus on the face of each one
3,
of these
4, 2.
players.
Yeah, they're trying to get themselves fired up.
Point.
Oh.
4, 4, 2.
Just a bad break. And Dekel's spending a lot of time just right in the center of the court. They haven't here recently been going behind him as much as they were before.
With his, excuse me, with his size, definitely, like we said, you feel the presence of him being in the middle of the court.
Oh, just a little bit out. Second serve here. Knotted at 4.
4-4-2. Point.
Riley getting extra aggressive.
Yeah, that was very good shake and bake right there, where there's some communication between McGuffin and Newman as far as knowing that Tyson was going to drive that ball. Riley being aggressive, getting to that kitchen line fast, taking advantage of the ball popping up.
Oh.
Side out.
Opportunity was there. Sometimes those easiest shots, Chad, are the toughest ones to hit.
Yeah, on those easy pop-ups, we have a tendency to lay back a little bit,
5,
saying, yeah,
1.
this is easy, I'm going to put this away here. We let the ball get a little close to the body, hit it right into the top of the net.
Chest bump time for Newman and McGuffin.
Very good job of Newman keeping the pressure on, being aggressive, hitting those balls down at the feet. A lot of times it's not necessarily about how hard you're hitting it, but the placement of that ball down to the feet, staying in the point, knowing that it's going to keep popping up.
Oh, right at him that time. Takes us to 6-4.
6-4-1.
And a side change.
Yeah, we do change sides on the third game at 6, so that's happening now. And Chad, oftentimes when the first person to try to speed up the ball in a situation where they may not need to, sometimes that doesn't just work out for them.
Yeah, Newman read Bar's speed up very, very well right there, and counterattacked back into the body. So when somebody speeds it up, a lot of the times if they're just expecting to win that point, or they see an opening, they expect to win that point, you stand here like this and all of a sudden the ball's coming back. That reaction time isn't there to be able to get it. So anytime you speed it up, you've always got to anticipate that that ball's going to come back. Treat it as a 1-2 punch, speed it up, attack again. Otherwise, we see what happened with Bar right there.
Great to have you with us on Pickleball Channel. Drew, Melissa, Chad, of course, Rusty here. And how often, not many sporting events I ever get to work where you have a Hall of Famer working stats for you. Alex Hamner, a legend in the sport. Melissa just continues to do great things on and off the court.
Oh, absolutely. She has some 16 national championships. She's always given of her time of the game, always a presence here at the U.S. Open. We saw her on center court yesterday. Just a true champion.
Yeah, working with Jennifer Lucor, tremendous team there. Jennifer Dawson also making headlines here at the Open, and we'll be charting her progress throughout the next few days.
Right, she has an opportunity to have another triple crown at the U.S. Open, so we're anxious to follow that. She'll be playing, or she is playing senior mixed doubles here today.
Drop one in. Great get.
That is a fantastic get. And just a little bit is coming at him so slow. And
that's what I was about to say. It's an example of it's not always about power. When you're always expecting that ball to come hard when somebody's going to speed up. Newman did a great job of slowing it down, almost like a change-up in baseball.
You see Newman a spectator for that entire point, and then just a little bit off balance there.
Yeah, Newman wants that one back.
7-4-2.
Talked about it a little bit earlier before, but typically those misses into the top of the net, we get a little too excited, a little too big. The paddle gets behind the body. We're still hitting down on it. But if you think about, if I take the paddle a foot in front of me or a foot behind me, it hits the top of the net, foot in front of me, that's going down and through the court.
4-7-1.
Oh, was it deep? Looked like it was.
I did not have
and Tyson's calling it just a little bit deep. Dekel is appealing to the referee.
So Melissa, on plays like this, if the call is made, if you are Dekel, you do have the right to ask the official if he did see it.
You do, and the official has to clearly see it to overturn the call of the players. And just looking on that replay, really hard for us to see from this angle, but it looked very close.
Do you feel like on too many occasions, referees kind of plead the fifth, say I didn't see it?
They do, because it has to be very clear for them to overturn something like that. And you know, the players, really especially at this level, do a really good job of calling their lines.
Well, the main purpose for the referee here in pickleball is to be watching that kitchen line, not to be watching the sidelines, the baseline. So it's very difficult to be watching the kitchen line and then call a ball that's flying through the court at the baseline. Got a couple of unforced errors from
6-7-2.
Newman and McGuffin here, allowing Bar and Stone back into it.
Momentum shifting just a bit here.
Yeah, and both teams have really done a good job when they've been in that dink early, just picking the right time in which to insert themselves to change the outcome of the point or the rally.
Receive team.
All tied at 7.
7-7.
Bar and Stone against McGuffin and Newman here from the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championship. Stay tuned. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Gamma. Gamma Pickleball, the official grip of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. DecoTurf. DecoTurf, the official pickleball court surface of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. By I Love Pickles. ILovePickles.org, a place to celebrate all things pickled. And by Franklin, the official bag of the U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. It's a doubles match that has had a little bit of everything. We've seen speeding it up, slowing it down. We've seen power, we've seen speed, we've seen some grace. All tied at 7.
Your
Dekel, Barr, and Adam Stone trying to come back here
7-2.
and win this thing.
Side out.
So Riley Newman will serve. Wow.
That was outstanding. Did you see that no look by Riley? I don't know if we'll get to see it again, but that was pretty impressive. And here it is.
8-7-1.
There.
We're seeing that no look more and more, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. It took a couple of strokes for it to produce the outcome that he was looking for, but very nicely done.
Oh, the Ernie's there again.
Second serve.
He has gotten so good at anticipating those, Melissa.
Yeah, and because what Chad was saying about his length, he can actually go after it pretty late after the ball's already making its way over.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's hitting the ball in the air over the kitchen.
Yeah, so it's not like the other team can really see. It's not like they're being caught, right? They've already sent the ball, and then he's able to make that move.
7-8-1.
Yeah, the typical Ernie, you see it standing next to the kitchen. He's hitting them over the kitchen.
Oh, one more point. All tied at 8. Just when you think McGuffin and Newman are about to run away with it, Barr and Stone have another statement to make.
Yes, they do. Not today.
McGuffin back in the play.
Oh.
Too late, though.
And Riley way into the VIP lounge trying to retrieve that one.
Timeout.
Yeah, that's the license to chill.
8-1.
VIP lounge by Margaritaville. Hottest place to be here at the U.S. Open. And another timeout. 9-8. Barr and Stone closing in on a berth in the championship. The 2021 Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville, is sponsored by Minto. Latitude, Margaritaville, and Minto. Change your latitude to the active adult paradise of Latitude Margaritaville. Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast. By Margaritaville Hotels and Resorts. Check in and chill out at margaritavilleresorts.com. And Pickleball Central, the Pickleball Superstore. We have a Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright sighting here at the Open.
Yeah, and we will see Lucy on this court a little bit later today.
Second serve.
I said that "not today" statement a little bit ago. That's Lucy Kovalova has made that famous.
That's her signature.
That is her signature.
1
point.
away now.
We've got a match point here.
It's match point. Barr and Stone, 10-8, can close it out. Drop it in. Oh, what a point. Adam Stone, Dekel, Barr. Yes, they can.
And this crowd is really making some noise for what we just saw. Unbelievable. Dekel, Adam Stone going to their first U.S. Open championship for the opportunity to compete for the title.
Yeah, they played really, really well. Barr inserted himself at the right times. We saw him with a couple of Vernies. He does one right here. And then the power.
And Tyson had some really great saves around that power as well. And then they got themselves back up there, Chad.
Yeah, that was a perfect reset. I mean, well, there's the other Ernie from Barr, and that's actually really, really difficult to do. You're jumping and going soft and dropping it into the kitchen.
That's the way this game should be played, though, guys. The best point is the final point of the match. And what was it going to take? Dekel finally right down the middle to take it. Adam Stone, Dekel will play for a championship under the blue roof here tomorrow. Well, we got plenty more to come here from Naples throughout the day. The women are on the court, and we'll have that for you coming up next. You're watching Pickleball Channel. This is the U.S. Open.